back to Love and Romance Tarot Readings. I'm excited for today's pick a card. Today we're going to be seeing your next spiritual connection. What connection are you picking up on that is coming through? What are you feeling spiritually in terms of love? We're going to see the purpose of this connection as well and why Spirit is leading you to this person and what the union will be like with this person. So that is our topic today. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you would like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And other than that, you can pause the video if you need more time with the piles. You can always pick more than one pile as well for all of my readings. For group one, we have the Obsidian, and we'll be using the Santa Muerte Tarot. For group two, we have the Lemon Citrine, and we'll be using the Avalon Revelation Tarot. For group three, we have the Red Jasper, and we'll be using the Gilded Tarot Royale. And for group four, we have the Howlite, and we'll be using the Luna Lapin Tarot for group four. So go ahead, pause the video if you need more time to decide, and we're just going to jump right into it. All right, if you chose group one with the Obsidian and the Santa Muerte Tarot, this is your reading, tapping into your next spiritual connection, your next spiritual union. What is the purpose of this connection? Why is Spirit leading you to each other? All that good stuff. Spirit, for group one with the Obsidian, please show us their next spiritual connection. Ooh, first card out, we got Trish. Oh my God, what do we got going on here? Let's keep going. And Getaway. Okay, you may be, okay, so I'm tapping into an ice cold feminine or an ice king masculine who is very much so over the dating pool in their current physical area, or very much so over whatever way you date, whether that's like, you know, dating apps. It's like, you know, you may be running into connections that are not very valuable, with the trash card being the first card to come out. That's very much so giving over it, out with the old, in with the new, and ready to step into something better, something more. We have the Getaway card, and for some of you, I'm actually, interestingly enough, seeing that you may have tapped into this spiritual connection, this spiritual union, once you started to, yeah, it's giving like you got off the dating apps, or you stopped dating, or you stopped caring as much, you disengaged. Like, even if you're still on there swiping, it's very monotonous. It's very much so like more out of routine at this point versus like really actively trying to find something. And the more you shifted into that energy, the more you started to daydream and fantasize and reside in those higher realms, those spiritual realms. And that's actually how you ended up tapping into the spiritual connection in the first place. So I'm getting that energy with Getaway, that it's actually more spiritual for a lot of you. But then first I was getting that there was just kind of like an energy of being tired and fed up of your current options, or the options energies around you, really wanting to step into something more meaningful, wanting to step into something that feels worth your time, worth your energy. The trash card is all about feeling overwhelmed. This could also be like receiving screenshots or catching someone in the act, this card could allude to. Also, it could be about like throwing out old pictures or deleting old pictures from your phone, things like that. So it seems like this trash card is talking about out with the old, in with the new. For some of you, this is about a specific person that you're finally letting go of. And then for some of you, this is kind of like you being over just the dating pool. And some of you are even literally thinking of switching locations, like for the purpose of dating. I'm picking up on someone who maybe is even looking into their astrocartography to see like, okay, where's my Venus line? Where am I most likely to find meaningful, powerful, harmonious connections, and considering moving there, or at least taking a trip there. With the Getaway card, this is about running off into the sunset, having an adventure, going on vacation. So those are the two ways that I'm getting this at first. Let's keep going. Spirit, Your next spiritual connection, tell us about that. So we got water signs that has come out. So, and then we have a union. I love when Spirit gives us that confirmation of who we're talking about. So your next spiritual union is likely with a water sign, and this could also be like in their rising or Venus placement, any astrological placement in their chart that you would see it, sense it, feel it, experience it. So that's usually like the rising and the Venus as well. So look out for that. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces in that placement. Union, now listen, this can be about reconciliation and second chances and rebuilding, and someone coming back towards you. So if you know that your ex is a water sign and this is the person you're trying to run away from, unfortunately, yes, they are still showing up, and I do see they're here and they're going to be trying to come back towards you. So at least you know, so you're not caught off guard and, you know, kind of wooed by them if you already kind of know, yeah, I'm not really feeling that, not really feeling that person. But I was primarily getting that this is the energy coming towards you. So it looks like your next spiritual union is with a water sign. So look out for that. Spirit, tell us more. What is the purpose of this connection? Why are you leading them to each other? Why are you leading group 1 to this person? Okay. So we have on the same page, spouse potential and long-term coming out right away. 3 heavy hitters. So I feel that Spirit is calling you towards each other because exactly what we were already seeing, the dating pool, you know, a lot of people say someone done peed in the dating pool because this is not giving. And that's kind of what this energy is implying. It's like, okay, I'm ready to move on from these lower vibrational love offers and I'm ready to step into something serious. It looks like you may be someone who's wanting to be married at this point. This could also be Spirit's, you know, plan for you. I mean, if you're super unconventional, you don't have to do anything. We always have free will, regardless of what Spirit wants for us. We can still, you know, make our own choices and choose like, okay, what's best for us and what we want in our life. So, you know, you'll always have the option to do what you want to do, but I am seeing that Spirit is really wanting you to be with people that are on the same page as you. It kind of feels like you've been at a standstill in terms of love offers, like the connections only go so deep for whatever reason. And Spirit's like, okay, we got to push past that and we got to step into something a whole lot better. So the energies coming in are giving spouse potential and long-term energy at the least. So this is living together, maybe even owning a home together, or getting a lease together, even if you're renting, but this is definitely like a more grounded and stable energy. So I see Spirit wanting to, you know, put you in your stable era. And I feel that you guys are very much so in favor of that as well, very much so wanting that yourself too, feeling like I need this. I need to step into stability. Oh, we got someone new. Yeah. I love when the cards do this. I'm telling you, when they just consistently say the same thing. Your next spiritual union is someone completely new. I do not feel like you've met this person at all yet. For a small portion of you, if you just so happen to have met this person, you have not gone on a date. You've not gone on a date yet. Things have not turned into that romantic kind of vibe yet. And yeah, Spirit is saying, you know, this person you have the opportunity to marry. This person is also looking for something long-term themselves. So it's not like something you got to pull their arm down the aisle for. It's like they already want that. They want a long-term partnership. They want to build with someone. They want to build a life with someone and be with someone really for evsies. And you're on the same page. So Spirit is saying it's time to be with someone where you have the same outlook on life or the same desires or the same intentions. What else, Spirit? What else can you tell us? Ooh, we got the Pure card, and we got Resonance. So I'm also getting for you, Group 1, that things have gotten overly complicated recently for no reason. You may find that people are not just into genuine connections anymore, but everyone is trying to like get something else, but through a relationship. So it's like you could have someone who wants to expand their social circle, or someone who wants to feel important, or someone who wants to gain power, or someone who wants to gain assets, resources, money, someone who wants beneficial connections, and they're trying to siphon that through your relationship. So you feel kind of like second to whatever that intention is that that person has as you're in a relationship with them. You may find that it's like, why every time we meet up, it's like you're trying to meet my people, or you're why are you so obsessed with this or that? It's like, is it really about just pure connection anymore, or is it about something else? I feel like you've started to suss out that, yeah, it is about something else. People have been trying to get something else through a relationship from you. So it's like they feel like they want XYZ that you have, but the only way that they can get it is if they enter romantic connection with you. So I'm getting a bit of that too, where people are definitely being a bit sneaky in your energy and trying to hide their true intentions. I feel like you're able to sniff people out decently well though. So I don't see that, and I feel like that's why you're just wanting to move all together, because it's like, I don't want to always have to be hyper aware of what is this person really trying to get? What are their true intentions? It feels like you want to live for you, enjoy your life. We have living freely and building interest. So I'm seeing that you want something genuine, but you also want to be able to have your own freedom, your own individuality. A relationship for you may be like the icing on the cake versus like, or not even the icing on the cake, but just like the cherry on top of the sundae versus the sundae itself. Like, it's not the main part. It's just the pretty little addition that you also look forward to. But still a sundae without the cherry kind of thing. Yeah, it feels like some of you want to have your own hobbies and interests, and you still want to pursue those, but you also want a relationship too, versus it being like your number one main priority. And you're looking for something genuine. Spirit, tell us about the union. What is the relationship like with this person? I see you guys traveling a lot. We had the Eight of Wands that wanted to come out. Having a lot of fun, a lot of adventure. This person, we got the Moon reversed in the Emperor. So first of all, they are not unsure even a little bit about how they feel about you. And this person is very action oriented. And I'm seeing you finding that like super relieving that someone is like, okay, do you want to go here? Or let's go here. So instead of being like, oh, what do you want to do when we hang out? And they're just like, I don't know, maybe we could just see where things go. We could just do whatever. I'm cool with whatever. Just, it's nice to have someone who, like, even if they're not like, okay, we're going here at 8. It's even better though if you can have someone who's like, okay, here are some options that I came up with. We can do that. Or if there is something that you already have your mindset on, we can do that too. Like, it's nice to be with someone, Emperor, who's a leader themselves, already, kind of having their own plan and initiating things. So I see this relationship, I hate to say it, but I do see this relationship, you being able to enter your soft girl, soft boy energy and be led a little bit in the best way. It's not led in a weird spiritual kind of way where it's just like, ugh, you're giving up your power, but just in a, I'm in a relationship with someone who's a leader just like I am kind of way. So it's really nice. We got the Nine of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Five of Wands reversed. I see your relationship being drama-free. Page of Pentacles reversed. Both of you are very mature. Something about handling money really well is coming up as well. Nine of Pentacles is an energy of not having to worry about money. You always have enough money to, do what you want to do. And then Page of Pentacles reversed is like not spending money uselessly. It's like you can always tell when someone has never really touched money in their life, because the way that they even describe what their life would be like if they were a millionaire, billionaire is so far from how millionaires and billionaires actually live. And it's because it's very idealistic, and very far removed. So I see that we even got the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This person has their own money. They're financially stable and secure, and they're responsible. And it's very relieving because you don't have someone who it's like, soon as you get some money, they're trying to spend your money. They're entitled to your money. They're obsessed with money. Money, money, money. You know, and just in the worst way. This person is someone you can trust with money and someone who's responsible themselves. So I'm seeing you guys have a really good dynamic, and I'm seeing that you're going to enjoy this connection. That is what I got for you, group one. That is your next spiritual union, spiritual connection. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you would like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And that's what I got for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group two with the lemon citrine, honestly, I always forget what this crystal is called. So if that's not what I said in the intro, my bad. This is your reading, tapping into your next spiritual connection. We'll see the purpose, why Spirit is leading you two together, the union. Spirit for group two with the lemon citrine, please show us for group two their next spiritual connection. First card out, we got decisions and dreams. So heavy on the spiritual. There's two different things that I'm picking up on. For some of you, there's someone that you keep seeing or sensing in your dream space. The dream space can be tied to anything linked to the third eye as well. So this could be someone you're having visions about. You know, there's this quote that says the universe speaks to you in your most fluent language. So if your most fluent language is like deep knowing, deep intuition, that's likely how this is coming for you. It could be visions, it could be dreams, it could be astral, etc., etc. I'm getting for some of you that you've seen this person in the dream space, but there's actually someone in your 3D that you're interested in, and that's where the decisions card is coming in. It's like, okay, should I cultivate this relationship with this person that is in my life now, or should I trust the process and trust that there is something better or something stronger that's pulling me, that's calling me in? I'm getting that right away. I'm also getting two different spiritual connections as well that will likely be coming in. So let's keep going and see what we get. Spirit for group two. Okay, well, you know, to be honest, I feel like this is something that is well past due. You could have had like a string of predictions telling you like, oh, something's going to come in by spring, and then it kind of got delayed and you started to do more readings, and it's like, okay, something's coming in by the end of the year, and it's like, okay, what is it? I'm sensing a delay. I'm sensing a delay, and I'm feeling like other readers have tapped into it too, and I feel like that's the thing. There was something likely out of your control going on in the background that kept you from being able to meet this person sooner rather than later. Bottom of the deck, we got the Ten of Swords. So someone could have had to let go of a situationship. Oh, Spirit is actually showing me that someone may have spun the block as well. So that delayed your timeline. It's like you were meant to meet this person, but then you ended up in another cycle, say with a karmic. Those are typically the connections that go round and round and round, and they always like to come back and spin the block. That could have been the situation, and then it delayed you meeting this spiritual connection. So getting a lot of like sign signals and downloads for you. We got the signs card here, and we have dreams. So Spirit is heavy on the communication to you, group two. The signs card is all about like spiritual contract as well. It could be songs, it can be telepathy and dreams of this person. Dreams is about this person visiting you in the spirit world. So this could also come through in the form of a download or confirmation. You're getting a lot of signs and signals at this time, and I'm hearing someone's spirit guide is really loudly telling me to tell you can turn that off, by the way. Request for that to be turned off, because I'm seeing someone that's almost going into like, they're getting really frustrated by the spiritual signs. And it's like, in the beginning, it's cool because it's like, okay, confirmation. But once they get really heavy, especially if you're experiencing like different forms of signs that you're not quite comfortable with yet, not everybody likes visions. Like, so for me, for an example, I've seen spirits in the physical and I had to cuss them out. I had to cuss out my spirit guides. Like, don't you ever in your life appear before me. I'm not with that. And I don't know what made you feel like I wanted that. I don't want that. So you can communicate to your guides like, listen, this is the way that I like for you to communicate to me. Me personally, I'm cool off the apparitions. I'm not with that. I don't like that. But you can move some things around. I'm comfortable with that, whereas other people would not at all. So it really just depends. And your guides, someone's guide is telling you, like, just so you know, you can request specifically how you would like to be communicated with. So if you're only comfortable with the dream space, let them know so things don't get too crazy, because it can be really intense. Speaking of intensity, we got the Ravenous card here. So I'm seeing both parties be insatiably attracted to you. And as far as that person who is in your current 3D, I'll pull a couple tarot cards when we get there to see, like, you know, if there's anything worth waiting for there or any love offer that will come from there. But what I do see is that once the spiritual connection comes into your life, there's a little jealousy coming from them. They're a bit jealous that you're giving someone else your attention. So perhaps if they're kind of like sitting like a lump in a log in your energy, not doing anything, maybe it's because they're too comfortable with what they do get from you. I've seen a lot of that lately, where people just kind of sit in each other's energy for a long time and don't commit because it saves them from actually having to be vulnerable and open and also accountable. So, you know, I see a lot of that. So we'll get to that too. Ravenous, all also about like uncontrollable desires. I'm seeing a strong sacral chakra energy here. This person is going to check all your boxes in the bedroom. I'm seeing very good bed chem. And this person is very, very hungry. Oh my God, Spirit is showing me someone who likes the, how can I say this without them flagging my video? Someone likes to give for hours and hours and hours, if you know what I mean. Like, they genuinely find pleasure in it. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and burn a candle and manifest after this, because I'm gonna need that too. I'm gonna need that too, group 2. We got decisions and justice. Decisions, so you'll be able to kind of decide what you want to do, but I'm definitely seeing that there's multiple energies here for you because of the delay. Because of the delay. There could even be like a spiritual backup where you have different people you're meant to meet, like, you know, at different times, but because one of them got delayed, you have multiple people coming in and you'll be able to take your pick. Okay. Spirit, can you tell us, why are you leading them together? What is the purpose of this connection? Okay. It seems like your guides and spirit definitely wants you to be in a favorable position and wants you to be appreciated. We have playing into your hand and you get me. So I see that you need the best of both worlds. You need someone who will surrender to you, someone who respects your authority, even in a playful kind of way, not to say like, oh, you're a baddie, you're a boss, this, that. You could be like totally ooh, like you could be totally soft girl, soft boy, but spirit is saying like, I want you to be with someone who surrenders to you fully, someone who's obsessed with you, someone who loves you, someone who wants you and can't control it, can't hide it, you know, someone who's really there and dedicated. So that is what spirit is bringing in. We got long-term and curious here as well. So I'm getting a little bit of stuck energy, like the last person you dated, they may have lost their spark. They may have lost their curiosity. They may have lost their sense of adventure. And spirit is kind of saying, okay, I'm trying to bring in like that all-encompassing love, someone who plays into your hand. They have no problem surrendering to you. Someone who deeply understands you and you deeply understand as well. Someone who's also serious when they need to be with the long-term energy, someone who can build something long-lasting. And then also someone who's curious about you, genuinely cares about you, but has like that curious spirit of wonder and adventure where it's like they're not afraid to be embarrassed. They're not afraid to be playful. They're not afraid to have fun and to, you know, figure out what's left there to life. Like, let's explore. Spirit, can you tell us, give us a couple cards, please, about the person in the 3D for group 2? Anything there? Well, I am seeing they already had a chance. We had the Six of Cups reversed, the Hangman, we got the King of Wands. Oh, this person likes control. And they have a strong sacral chakra energy. There's likely sparks flying with this person. I'm seeing a lot of attraction, but I'm also seeing them moving very fast. So I don't know if that's because this is a gym crush and they're always like running around the gym, or if you're like, this is a barista and they're always zipping by, but Spirit keeps showing me someone who's like all over the place, very hard to catch. This person likes to be in control. They're very fast moving. And with the Hangman, to be honest, they're fine with your current dynamic, your current relationship. And that's exactly what I was getting before, where it's like, I keep, seeing this pattern of people being totally fine, just sitting in your energy and chilling there. And, then they get all pissy when you actually have a real connection, and it's like, okay, not going to be flirting with you anymore because I'm in a relationship, loyal, faithful, and then they get upset, and it's like, well, that really could have been you. So we got the Two of Swords with the Six of Cups reversed. This person doesn't know how they feel. This person is also a little bit elusive, and with the Six of Cups reversed, I feel like they're ignoring the signs, Spirit could be bringing you back to this person. You could be meeting them in very synchronistic, weird kind of ways where you keep coming across each other. But to be honest, Two of Swords, King of Wands, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but it's looking like they want to be the baddie. And I'm saying that because they're showing up in King of Wands energy. If they were showing up in a feminine energy, I'm like, okay, that's authentic. But King of Wands, like, what? That's masculine energy. Why are you trying to be the baddie? Why are you trying to be chased? It's weird. Like, this person wants control, but at the same time, they want to be chased. And it's like, do you understand control means leadership? Do you understand that's how you get control? Like, what is going on here? One more card on that. The Hierophant. I feel like you know exactly what this connection has the potential to be, but I also feel like you may be more evolved than this person. Oddly enough, we've had like Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you guys are, first of all, that's true pair energy with the King and Queen of Wands coming out. But I also feel like maybe in the worst way, because you can be compatible with someone when you're at the lowest point of your life or when you're sitting in toxicity. So partnership or being a pair or being a match to someone is not always like super high vibration. So this person, if you find them triggering you, bringing the worst out of you, causing you to take steps back from your growth and development, I feel like Hierophant, you know exactly what this could be, but also you know exactly who this person is, and that deep resonance just thickens the plot even more. So it's like, it's up to you what you want to do. There is true pair energy and compatibility, but that's a very fiery couple. That could be a couple that has a hard time getting along because they're both fire, divine fire. Spirit, tell us about this long-term connection. What do we got here? What is the union like? Okay, so we got the Fool card with the Queen of Swords. So I do see your energy shifting from fire to air. Air is more mutable. Air is connected to the higher realms as well. A bit elusive, and we have the Fool card here. So I feel like stepping into this new connection, this spiritual connection that Spirit is bringing into you, this person is bringing out a different version of you. A different version of you is emerging from this relationship. So if any of these are kind of like different for you, yeah, that's what Spirit is trying to bring you into. Queen of Wands has very intense carnal, physical connections. Queen of Swords chooses only once and very, very wisely and very definitively. Two totally different energies. So maybe you've only had like shorter term connections and Spirit is trying to bring you into your long-term era. Spirit, anything else? We have the Knight of Cups. Spirit is wanting to bring more romance into your life. Maybe your last connections were based more on physical intimacy, but didn't have that romance piece where we're consistently dating and they're taking you out or you're taking them out and you're having romance. And even when you're spending time in the house, you're like playing one of those games where it's like, you pick a question out of the box and then you answer the question and you have like a deep conversation about it and you learn more about each other through that. I feel like Spirit is trying to bring you into that. So this spiritual connection, Knight of Cups, is based in romance. It's very fun, lighthearted, open energy, adventurous, romantic. And Fool card, this could even be a lifestyle change or a life change through this connection. We do have this connection here. Honestly, it's up to you. The only thing about this one is this person's energy is very closed off with that Two of Swords. Other than that, you are a match. I could totally see why you were distracted or really wanting to hang on to that, or at least see it through and see what it is. But it's up to you. Both are a match, but Hierophant, just trust your gut. That's going to be the number one thing, because you know the answer of what is right for you in this dynamic. So yeah, that's what I got for you. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you would like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And that's what I got for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose group 3 with the red jasper and the gilded tarot royale, this is your reading, tapping into your next spiritual connection. We'll see the purpose of this connection. Why is Spirit leading you to this person? What will your union be like? All that good stuff, Spirit. For group 3 with the red jasper, please show us their next spiritual connection. Oh my God. Okay, so right away I'm getting that this person is very entertaining. We have Admirer and the Clown that has come up, first 2 cards out. We also have the Union card here. I'm actually getting this in a very playful kind of way. I'm not getting that this person is a clown in the sense that, oh, they're wasting your time, da-da-da. I'm actually getting that this person is not afraid to make fun of themselves. They're not afraid to be embarrassed. They're not afraid to show that they like you. This is the kind of person who will declare their love to you. This is also giving me the kind of vibe of someone who's just a jokester. So it's like you guys could be taking a hike, you get to the top of the beautiful mountain, a bunch of people up there, and this person gets on their knee like they're about to propose. Like, it is just like this person, that's just their personality. Very playful, very fun, and energetic. Not gonna lie, we got options and confused. So there is another energy showing up here. We'll see if this is another spiritual connection or if this is something else. But I do kind of feel right away that there might already be someone in your energy or someone you have your eye on, and there could be a spiritual connection between them too. It's giving more synchronicity than anything. Spiritual connection that I'm tapping into today, like for this reading, is more like, okay, someone that Spirit is divinely guiding you to. But there are spiritual elements to this connection as well. It feels more telepathic. It feels more synchronistic versus Spirit actively leading you together. It feels like there's a lot of synchronicity between the two of you and similarity between the two of you kind of thing. So we'll flesh it out and we'll see, you know, what the better option will be. But options, yeah, that's an energy of kind of juggling and figuring out what you want to do. This could also be someone who has different options, so they're not fully committing as well. So you would know if that's their energy. They would kind of come across as a player, then you would know exactly, you know, who I'm talking about. But I don't think that's the case. You know, confusion can lead to feeling invisible or feeling like there is a void or even running away. So I wonder if Spirit is kind of leading you to your relationship era. I wonder if this is the first time that you're open to dating in a while, because it definitely feels that way. It definitely feels like the baddie that's always in the house, or the baddie that's also a saddie, you know? So it's like we can't just put our heart on our sleeve and meet anyone and be open to whatever, because we actually get affected by these connections, and you know, you don't want to go through connection after connection after connection. So I totally get that. You are going to have multiple options, so we'll see which would be best. We got Admirer, we got Clown, and we have the Union card here. So I am seeing things going in a positive direction. I am seeing that there are going to be like options and things heating up, so that will be exciting. This person is admiring you, inspired by you. They could even be like hearing songs that have to do with you and experiencing that kind of synchronicity. Definitely an emotional bond here, and telepathy between you and the spiritual union as well. So I'm very curious. Ooh, Spirit just said something to me. Oh my goodness. This person came through first. They may have been divinely guided. There is someone who's already in your energy, group 3, who's also a spiritually led connection, but they've been in this energy of confusion or not fully committing. Oh my God. So Spirit is like, well, one, don't stop the show. We got to keep going. And is now bringing in yet another spiritual union. My goodness, the plot thickens. The plot thickens. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, and I feel like that's the only thing. Like, if they wake up tomorrow and they're ready, I don't feel like Spirit's Spirit's gonna say, nope, you lost your chance, buddy. Like, you gotta get out of here. I feel like they'll have, the opportunity still, but they gotta do something. Like, they have to prove themselves at this point, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because it sucks when you have to prove yourself. It's a lot easier if you can go into something genuine and both of you can just open up. But when you're at that deficit because you've been waiting too long and now you gotta make up that deficit, it can be intense. So they could be feeling like they're getting pushed out, even if they're not really being pushed out. But the purpose is union, it's your union era. Spirit is like, okay, well, group 3, that's what they're destined for at this time. That's how things are meant to go. Group 3 is meant to level up in the form of a union. So it's like, if you are ready, if you can do it, cool. But also if you can't, we're not going to wait forever for you. So it's like they either got to hurry up and make something happen, or yeah, they might get, pushed to the wayside a little bit. Spirit, tell us more about this spiritual. Oh my goodness. We're getting the options card from multiple decks. We got the first card out of the second deck, multiple options. So one thing that's clear is you have multiple spiritual connections in your energy, and I'm feeling like that's the main thing. Bottom of the deck, we have mutual connection. So that's the thing. Something was not mutual about this first connection, and it wasn't like the attraction. It was just, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me to believe that they're confused. Most people aren't actually confused. They're just not 100% on board with what they know they need to do. It's rare that people are genuinely confused about how they feel or about, what's being presented to them. I feel like it's much more likely that this person just hasn't accepted that, all right, it's time to step into your next union. So you have multiple options, and they're both spiritual connections. We have courting. Courting is specifically dating for marriage. So that could be what they're hesitant about, marriage, especially if that's something that you are wanting to start pretty soon, if that's a journey that you're wanting to step into sooner rather than later. I feel like that's the thing that has them on pause, because they feel like if they surrender to this connection, this person just feels like things are going to escalate very, very quickly. They feel like if they say yes, tomorrow you're going to have all these expectations of them. And if you're honest, maybe that is a bit true. But if it's not, they're projecting. They are projecting hardcore. Did I just see another card? I thought I saw another one that flipped over. Spirit for group 3. Okay. We have old flame and metaphor of love. So I feel like that past connection, whoever's already in your energy, they're definitely an old flame, could even be a twin flame energy to a degree. But a metaphor of love, because they couldn't provide that full love. And this doesn't even mean that they're a bad person. This doesn't mean that they have been inconsistent with you. They may have been consistently giving you what they can give you. But the problem then, might be that maybe what they have to give or what they have to offer is not enough. Because if you're someone who believes in marriage and wants to be married, and you're trying to go on that journey, especially if you're like, if there's anything time sensitive involved, like you want to have kids in this life, etc., etc., they're not a bad person for not wanting that, but, it just kind of gets to a point where it's like, even if they're giving me their best, it's still not enough. And that is one of the hardest energies for people to deal with in love, because it's so easy to cut someone out when they're acting a mess and showing their ass in your life. But it's so much harder when people really are giving what they have to give and it's just not enough. Like, it's hard to leave those connections. We got all eyes on you and understanding. There's also some other people in your energy group through you would love a chance with you. Connections that are not spiritual or divinely guided, but to be honest, a lot of these spiritual connections be the most ghetto ones. So I can't even shade that energy where it's like, oh, just because it's spiritual, that means it's not good, because that is not true. A lot of times the spiritual ones be the ones that are like so heavy, require so much work, so much need to be done with those. All right, let's break them down individually. Spirit, show us the union between group 3 and the new energy. And then we'll see what else is to be said about the spiritual connection that was here first. Also, for some of you, this could be like these energies coming in back to back if this person is not here quite yet. We have the Ace of Pentacles reverse. I see selfless and also easy energy. We got the Four of Wands reverse. That is so ironic. Not gonna lie, for you, group 3, with the Chariot reverse, soon as you're finally getting someone that's ready to marry you, you're now having hesitancy. My goodness. You know, and it could be, we have the Eight of Wands with the Three of Wands reverse. Yeah. I feel like this person is on your mind. It's hard to let them go, especially if there is like a twin flame or a soulmate kind of connection there. Three of Wands reverse, half of your heart is in the past. Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Not going to lie, it does not feel like you want to let go. You're having a hard time making a decision. This person is trying to give you everything, but I see that you kind of have cold feet. Ace of Pentacles reverse could also be like, is this the best option for me? Is there anything better? Like, is this the right person to commit to? It's like some of you, I feel like you've wanted maybe marriage specifically or a long-term relationship for so long, and then you finally get it and you're just kind of clamming up and getting cold feet for a lot of you. What can you tell us about this first spiritual connection, Spirit? We have the Seven of Wands. There could be a lot of attention on this person or on you with this person. A lot of people involved in your connection. Two of Wands could even be them being constantly feeling like they're having to referee between you and their family or you and their friends. This could even be something indirect where it's like they're constantly trying to go out with friends and you're constantly trying to say like, hello, we should be spending quality time together. It could be that. Whatever lifestyle that they're currently living or whoever they're currently connected to, whether it's a family enmeshment, a friendship enmeshment, or even like an ex that's staying in their energy that they're not fully committed to either, but also not fully letting go. It feels like a tug of war. Eight of Wands, a lot of passion, but also Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You're lacking commitment with that energy. That person could be confused about their options. Okay. So we got the Knight of Pentacles. Spirit is saying this is exactly why I'm bringing in this energy. Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles is the slowest moving in the tarot deck, so there could have been a delay or this could have been a long time coming, but it's also the longest lasting and the most stable earth energy. Spirit is saying that's exactly why Knight of Pentacles, I'm bringing in this new offer of love that is giving more stability, because I tried to pair you with the wild card or the fire sign or the person who's fun, intense, fire and air energy I'm getting with them. But they just couldn't get it together soon enough. And now the timeline is starting to get delayed because there are things that you're still meant to do and accomplish and experience in this life, and they're kind of holding up the line. So that's why Spirit is bringing them in. You can choose to stay and to wait with the first spiritual connection, but I would say at least weigh your options and see what this, other connection is hitting for and see if you like it. That's what I got for you, Group 3. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you would like your own private tarot reading, that is where you can find me. And that's what I have for you today. I'll talk to you soon. All right, if you chose Group 4 with the Howlite and the Luna Lapin Tarot, this is your reading, tapping into your next spiritual connection. What is the purpose of this union? Why is Spirit leading you to this person? And we'll get some details on the union itself. Spirit for Group 4 with the Howlite, please show us their next spiritual connection for Group 4. Okay. So I'm getting that this person really understands you. Ooh, we got a timeline card that came out. We got Around Winter. So looks like you won't have to wait too long for this. It's looking like this will be here before the end of the year. I am picking up on someone else in your energy that is not a spiritual connection, so we'll talk about that. But let's talk about this first. We got the gift card and appreciation. So I see you being thoroughly appreciated. And I'm talking down to the way you dress, the extra little effort you put in. Also, Spirit keeps showing me baked goods. Oh my goodness, how could someone be ungrateful? I know you lying. I'm seeing someone make baked goods, and it looks like the person that you dated barely reacted. So that's obviously a message for one specific person. But my goodness, I see this person group for appreciating those baked goods. I would appreciate some baked goods. Like, where's my baked goods? That is actually insane. If someone is genuinely so self-absorbed that they can't even appreciate you baking things for them, that's crazy. I see this person appreciating you, and I also see gift giving may be their love language. So that's how they spoil you. That's how they make you feel loved and appreciated as well, by giving you gifts. This could be them taking you on a date. This could be a word of affirmation. This could be surprises to let you know randomly that they are thinking of you. But I see you being appreciated way more in this spiritual union moving forward. And I see this person really enjoying you. They feel like you have good vibes as well, as something that I'm seeing and hearing. So you may be someone who's big on good vibes. You may even have something that says good vibes on it, like on a t-shirt or something hanging up in your room. Yeah, Spirit is showing me like a keychain. So that could be a very specific message for someone. And I see this person appreciating your good vibes. I see this person appreciating your aesthetic and what you're all about and how you go about life. So that'll be so, so nice. This person is also letting you know and expressing their appreciation. So it's not just like, oh yeah, I do appreciate it, when they're called out, you know, I'm not appreciating you. And it's like, I do appreciate you. It's like, no, this person unprompted makes sure you know that they appreciate you. Make sure you know that they care for you and that they want to be near you and they appreciate all the things. It'll be so nice. I'm also seeing you having a really good communication with this person. We got the communication card and we have around winter. So it does look like this is happening for you sooner rather than later. We got the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck, so I feel like that's why there's another energy pulling up. That does typically happen, honestly, especially with significant or spiritual unions, where it's like any cycle or any connection that you have open, a lot of times they can get called back to the front to say like, okay, if you want a connection, if you want to move forward with group 4, this is the last chance. Like, this is the chance. So go ahead and take it, or, you know, you will get left behind. That's kind of just what it boils down to. So I feel like that Judgment card at the bottom of the deck is Spirit saying, I'm going to give them one last chance. And this person that's in your energy may be feeling like they haven't had the perfect chance or opportunity. And this is Spirit saying, okay, I'm going to give you the most obvious chance, the most obvious opportunity, to the point where you cannot deny that I'm doing so. So like, if you don't end up with group 4, it'll be solely up to you. But we got communication here. I see this person text messaging, FaceTiming, communicating with you frequently, even when it comes to small talk. When you like first meet, this person is like wanting to talk to you and showing that they're interested, showing that they care about what you think, asking questions as well. Not enough people ask like follow-up questions, and I see this person really doing that. So the connection, spiritual connection coming in is very, very nice. With all that being said, I wanted to start with that instead of starting with this energy. We got revenge and heartstrings. So someone is very hurt by you at this time. For some of you, I'm feeling like this person is hurt just because you didn't chase them. Revenge, you know, this person feels like they need to get even, or it could be like just an energy of them being childish. I'm picking up on someone who's having a hard time accepting rejection, or having a hard time accepting that you're giving up, especially if you had any sort of like runner chaser dynamic with this person. I feel like this person gained a lot from that. A lot of validation. You'd be surprised how much validation will make you, I mean, it can make you the best version of yourself, really, because when you think about positive validation and it's like, okay, people really like what I'm doing, it makes you want to do more. So when your person gasses you up because you made them a fresh plate of chocolate chip cookies, you might just make that your Friday night ritual. Every Friday night I make chocolate chip cookies because my partner just loses their mind when I make my cookies. Whereas before it was just something nice, but then it becomes a ritual because it's like, you know what, that validation really makes me want to do things. When you do something for someone and they're excited and they're engaged, it makes you want to do that again and more, and makes you want to make them happy. So that's just one way that validation can really add to someone's life. This person, I feel like their whole self-worth was wrapped up in your validation, because now that they don't get that affirmation, especially if they're a masculine, it is true. Masculines, they do get a lot of, they get a, like, they kind of get ignored a lot of the times, because, you know, especially as a feminine, it's like you smile at the wrong masculine and they think y'all go together. You know, they think that means you want them. And so it can cause a huge problem. So a lot of feminines really are turned off these days and not giving attention. So it's like, you'd be surprised how much validation. And it's crazy how the dependency actually ends up flipping, because it's like you validate someone because you like them, care for them, want more with them. And in that sense, you're kind of affirming them and chasing them, even if it's in a minor way. But then they become dependent on it, and they actually end up becoming the chaser because they need that validation. They don't get it anywhere else. So I am seeing someone being salty, trying to take revenge, and ultimately it's because you're pulling on their heartstrings. Ultimately, it's because this person feels like you're playing with their feelings, and I just saw 707. This person feels a weird sense of ownership with you. We got all sorts of creatures. There is another card in this deck that talks about having multiple options, and then there's this card that talks about having multiple options, but not the options you would really want. So there's some people in your energy that are getting upset that you are making this spiritual connection. We got finding the key. Yeah, there is something that you were doing that you're no longer doing that is positively impacting your love life and getting you closer to the connection that you want. But it's also taking your attention away from anyone who was getting it before. And I feel like you're seeing people's negative sides moving forward. I see that you're really seeing how bad it can get with some of these people who are so triggered. Yep. We got ask and you shall receive, and someone new. So it kind of feels like you were hitting a wall with the other connections that were in your energy. Not even to say that they're bad people or everyone in your energy is in that, you know, all sorts of creatures' energy. Honestly, you could have even had some good romantic options, but just not options that were on the same page as you or willing to commit to you or giving you what it is that you needed. Like, it could even be external factors that were pulling you apart, you know, something completely out of your control. But I see Spirit saying, okay, ask and you shall receive. Once you open your heart to something new, I see something new coming in, and I see it being really good. I see you finding the key and realizing, oh, that's what I was doing wrong, or that's where I was giving my attention and it wasn't serving me. Like, you're figuring out what it was that was the holdup, what it was that was holding you back. And it's like you instantly get released and you're able to move forward. And it's just so nice, so sweet, because it's a refreshing energy of, I finally figured it out. And now I'm able to step into a connection where I'm appreciated and, you know, it feels mutual, all the things. All right. So Spirit, tell us about this new connection. What is the spiritual union like? We got the Five of Swords reversed with the Hierophant. Oh, there's an elevation here. Much more maturity with this connection. Oh my God, this person will not let go. We got the Eight of Cups reversed. So I'll pull a few tarot cards to see like why they keep showing up like this, or if there's something to worry about, because they are hanging on to you. And like I was saying with the validation thing, like, you'd be surprised how addictive that validation can be and how much people will just hang on to it for the life of them. I mean, we see it every day. The crash outs where it's like you have the influencer, they go viral and then their platform starts slowing down and then they start losing numbers and then they start saying crazy things, doing crazy things, crashing out. Or the star that can't let go of their glory days, or even the high schooler that can't let go of the glory days, you know, cheerleader, jock, whatever they were. And then it's like, okay, they move into college and it's a whole new ball game, and it's people from all over the world at that college. So they're not at the tippy top anymore. We see the crash outs. So the loss of validation can be, you know, very like a dagger to the heart. Your new connection, Five of Swords reversed with the Hierophant, I see it being very peaceful. It's a reflection of your wisdom. It's a reflection of your growth. You know, Five of Swords can be an energy of very much so being stuck in the ego and even trying to win at all costs. So I love that the Five of Swords is coming up reversed, showing you that this person is humble. They don't need to feel powerful by winning over you. And we have the Queen of Swords. So even if you did run into some riffraff group 4, you're at that Hierophant position where it's like, even if somebody did try to play you, you really couldn't be played. We got Luna Lapin showing up reversed. This is the Luna Lapin Tarot. So I'm seeing that there's a loss of control moving forward. This connection is happening totally synchronicity. It's not something you'll be able to predict. It's not something you'll be able to force. It's not something that you'll even see coming. Very, very unexpectedly. Anything to worry about this past connection? We did get revenge. So definitely be mindful. And honestly, I would just disengage altogether. My goodness, we got the Sun, the 10 of Cups with the 8 of Swords reversed. Wow. You're being set free. 10 of Cups with the Sun card. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this person tried to offer you 10 of Cups. The only problem is they're not the other polarity to 10 of Cups. It's like if you're divine feminine, they're not divine masculine. They could be in toxic masculine energy, or if you are divine masculine yourself, this person isn't divine feminine. They for the streets. They're not trying to settle down, you know? So we got the Sun card here in 10 of Cups with the 8 of Swords reverse, which is complete liberation. I see you being liberated from this energy, and I see Spirit bringing in something a whole lot better. It'll be up to you. This person, like I said, they will likely try to offer at the last minute 10 of Cups, but you know what they say, when you give them a second chance, that's when they do you worse. So if anything, be wary, be mindful, take your time. People can only mask for so long. So if it's fake, time is going to be what exposes them. So take it real slow. That's what I got for you, Group 4. My Etsy shop is in the description. If you would like your own private tarot reading, that's where you can find me. And that's what I got for you today. I'll talk to you soon.